The son she raised for 10 years. A single blood test proved he wasn't her child. But the scariest part was, 10 years ago, she was the one who carried him out of the delivery room. Then the nanny casually said something. His eyes and features look exactly like his. That one sentence, and suddenly she could stop thinking about it. She secretly pulled out her son's hair and sent it for a DNA test. At the same time, she asked her assistant to dig into what her husband had been up to over the past 6 months. The day the results came back, she stared at the report and froze. No biological relationship. Her son wasn't hers. But how was that possible? 10 years ago, she personally held him in her arms after he was born. Could someone have switched her baby? She rushed to the hospital trying to find the old birth records, but she found something strange. The newborn footprints were missing, and even the medical records from that year had been tampered with in a way that didn't add up. That was when she realized this wasn't an accident. Someone had planned all of this, and the person most likely hiding the truth was the man she'd been married to for 10 years. That night, she snuck into her husband's office. She wanted to check his computer, but the man who always claimed he had nothing to hide had locked it with a password. She tried their anniversary. She tried their son's birthday. Nothing worked. Then suddenly, her husband walked in. She quickly knocked over a glass to cover it up, but he saw through her immediately. He accused her of invading his privacy, then shoved her to the floor. The broken glass cut her hand. Blood ran down her fingers, but his first reaction was to check on her. He rushed straight to the computer, checking if anyone had gotten in. Once he saw the password hadn't been touched, he finally relaxed. Then he walked away, without asking if she was okay. That told her everything. He was hiding something. A few days later, her husband left, claiming he was going on a business trip. She entered the office again. This time, she tried the birthday of his secretary, Ava. The computer unlocked. Inside the hidden files were intimate photos of the two of them, money transfer records, and the missing newborn records from 10 years ago. And that is when it all came out. 10 years ago, when she was having a difficult delivery, her husband Ethan and his secretary Ava were giving birth at the same hospital. They planned the whole thing. They switched the babies. The son she raised for 10 years was actually their child, and her real son had been living with Ava all this time. She kept it together and went to Ava's son's school. The moment she arrived, she saw a boy being surrounded and bullied by a group of students at the school gate. They called him unwanted. She rushed over and chased them away. Then she crouched down and picked up the books scattered on the ground. That was when she saw it. The birthmark on the boy's hand. It was exactly the same as hers. She froze. This child was the son she'd spent 10 years searching for, Leo. But the boy looked down and said, "My mom is still at work. I need to hurry home and cook, or she'll get mad." She looked at the boy's faded clothes, then thought about how she'd spent 10 years raising the child of the people who ruined her life, while her own son was living like this. But she didn't take Leo back immediately. Instead, she started preparing her revenge. On the day of the board meeting, Ethan brought out the 10% shares she had transferred to him before. He was ready to become chairman. Ava sat below, acting like she already owned the place. The vote ended. Everyone approved. Ethan was about to walk onto the stage. Then Emma walked in with her lawyer. I object. The entire room went silent. Ethan accused her of causing trouble. Ava pretended to calm her down, telling her to think about the bigger picture. But Emma didn't explain anything. She just pulled up the evidence on the big screen. Everyone saw the truth. Ethan lost it. He pulled out his 10% shares, claiming he was still the biggest shareholder. Emma just smiled. Then her lawyer placed a notarized document on the table. Years ago, her father had quietly left her an extra 15% of the company. Originally, she planned to give them to Ethan as a 10th anniversary gift, but now, she controlled 25% of the company. Right there, she stripped Ethan of everything, then ordered security to throw Ethan and Ava out. But those two weren't ready to give up. They tried using the kid to flip the situation. What they didn't know was that Emma had already brought Leo home and gave him his first real birthday. At the same time, Ethan and Ava were celebrating with Noah, the boy Emma had raised for 10 years. During the party, Noah looked at Ava and asked, "When can we get rid of the fake mom and let me stay with my real mom?" Emma was right outside the door. She heard everything. 10 years of everything she gave, and this is what it meant. She walked in and said directly, "I won. Raise this child anymore. Not a single dollar of support will come from me." Ethan panicked and started begging her. Emma gave him one condition: get back every dollar you gave Ava and get her out of the city. Then she told Ethan she was 5 weeks pregnant. She wanted to see what he'd do. Ethan hesitated, thinking he finally had something to hold over her. But not long after, Ava locked Leo inside a hotel storage locker, and the only way to open it was with Ethan's key card. Emma told Ethan to open the door, but Ava said there was nobody in there. Then she glanced at Noah. Noah immediately grabbed his stomach, pretending he was in pain. Ethan rushed to hold his son. When Emma begged him to save Leo, he told her she was crazy. Then right in front of her, he broke the key card and carried Noah to the hospital, leaving Emma behind, desperately screaming after him, "I'll make you pay for this."